Welcome to an introduction to programming with Rust. This is a course for very beginners, and why would you want to learn to program in the first place, you might be thinking? A lot of good job opportunities for one. Good not only as in like you're going to be making, a good living, but also it's valuable. It's work that's useful and that's it benefits society in a huge way. It's good work. You feel good. You feel like you're doing something important. Maybe you don't want to do programming as a job. Maybe you just want to expand your mind by thinking in a new way, or by practicing problem solving in a different way with a different tool, a computer. One thing that I personally love about programming is finding a flow state. When you're programming, you get really kind of into it where you're not thinking about anything except for the problem at hand. You're really focused. It just kind of, you lose track of time. I just love being in that state of mind. So that's something that you might like about programming as well. You'll gain the ability to make a computer do literally whatever you want it to do that is physically possible. Whatever computer can do, you can make it do. So if you have new ideas, you can make them, and you can have fun. Programming is really fun. So why would you want to learn Rust? Rust is a systems level language, so it's low level. It's close to the hardware, so it runs faster, but it's also very secure, and it's also easy to pick up as a kind of a high level language. So higher level languages are more kind of closer to English language than like computer language. And Rust, when you're first getting into Rust, it is closer to that high level language experience, but you're getting systems level language performance basically. Systems level programming is a great way to learn programming also because it teaches you and it forces you to learn the way a computer really works, under the covers, and it'll help you no matter what kind of programming you're doing. Rust is fast and secure. Those are like two huge things it has going for it, and because of that, it's a really trendy programming language right now, and it's probably going to take off. Microsoft calls it one of the most promising newer systems programming languages. So that's a big one. Microsoft calls it. Intel is getting into it. Facebook, their new cryptocurrency is written in Rust, I believe. There's a lot. Mozilla, Firefox web browser, they're the ones who pretty much invented Rust. Rust, because of its tight ties with Mozilla, it's commonly used with WebAssembly. So if you're interested in web development and that kind of thing, it's a good language for that. And with Rust, it's just interesting and it's cutting edge right now, and it's just there's so many interesting ideas going on, and reasons that things are happening, and it's just really interesting language. So this course is for complete beginners. If you're a beginner, if you never programmed in your life, I invite you to this course. Also, if you're just a beginner to the Rust programming language, and you're welcome. Especially if maybe you're not familiar with any other systems level languages, this course would be great for you. Maybe intermediate Rust developers as well, just looking for a refresher. Maybe you've been away from the language for a little while. But probably not like someone who's already advanced with Rust. So we're going to go over the basics needed to be well equipped in your journey into the world of programming. So you're going to learn about things like loops and logic, variables, that kind of thing that's just going to equip you to be get started in program whatever you want. So what our main topics are, if you look at chapter 3 of the Rust book, the programming language book, the official book, which you can find online, what we're going to cover is pretty much everything through chapter 3. So, and then a little bit more. There's some other things that I cover just to fit in with the exercises that we do. And to me, that section of Rust, that's like the 20% of Rust that you're going to be using 80% of the time if you're programming. There's like the 20% of something. If you can learn that 20%, then you can do 80% of the work. That's basically what this course is going to cover. We're going to learn a lot. It's going to be quick, and it's going to be easy, and it's going to be fun and interesting. You can code along, you can just watch, or you can do both. So what we'll cover are variables, constants, mutation, and shadowing. That's the first section. Data types, which is huge. When you understand data types, which are not complicated really, we covered in like 25 minutes. When you understand data types, you're going to be able to kind of fix or figure out so many different bugs that if you don't understand data types, I mean, it's just so key to programming. So, in a lot of languages like JavaScript, if you're learning those, they don't get into data types so much because JavaScript is dynamically typed, and it kind of just guesses which data type your stuff is, but that can lead to problems. So now we're going to cover functions, statements and expressions, and comments. We're going to cover capturing user input from the terminal. So prompting the user, put in your name, and then they enter their name, and we'll capture that in the program, and we can process that. We're going to look at conditional logic and if expressions. So if this, then do this. But if that, then do this other thing. And loops, which is keep doing the same thing until something happens. And when that thing happens, whatever it is, do something else. So those are just really core concepts to programming, and that's what we're going to be covering. We're going to create a program that calculates a discounted price, and we're going to use that throughout the course. And just keep developing the program as we go, and it's just going to kind of improve, get better and better and more functionality. And it's kind of a fun program. It's useful because you could actually, if you figure out how to compile to WebAssembly, you could make it a website and just take it into a store and say it's 50% off of $30 is $15. Oh, okay, cool. So I like showing more than telling, so we're going to use the example a lot. We're going to do things to the program. We're going to program more than just you don't want to just hear me, and when I'm saying stuff, a lot of it's not going to make sense until you see it. So we do a lot of examples. The course, there's 7 parts to the main section of the course, 7 videos, and they're each about 20 to 30 minutes long. So that's it. If it sounds interesting to you, keep on watching. Love to have you, and thank you.